Dare to love. Dare to love. I know you're thinking, love? What? Ali, I thought us alpha males aren't supposed to love a woman. My channel is different. I don't preach that garbage that a lot of these other YouTubers, these men's self-improvement coaches preach. They instill fear in young men. I heard one of these so-called male self-improvement coaches the other day. I heard him encourage men to take vasectomies and never get married. What on earth is that piece of shit advice? That man is going to lead many men astray. And I've encountered a lot of dudes through my coaching and through the DMs that I get that are just absolutely terrified of getting close to a woman. And I get it, man. Sometimes a bad experience leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Makes you paranoid. You don't want to be exploited again. I get it. And that's sensible to an extent. Exercising some caution. Because you don't want to be a gullible little twat who gets taken advantage of time and time again. I get it. But you don't want to become negative and bitter and fearful and paranoid and live your life that way. No, you shouldn't. Look, and I get it, man. Because I've been there. After a relationship that I had with somebody I deeply cared about, I was a bit negative after that, man. I didn't want to get to know any woman. And there were women that wanted to get to know me. Beautiful girls, great personalities, but I just didn't allow them to get to know me. I pushed them away. I didn't want a negative experience to repeat itself again, but that was wrong of me. Now, I don't encourage men to get into a relationship shortly after they've just got out of one, because the likelihood of you being in the right mental space to get into another relationship is very low. You need time to yourself. You need space to reflect and ponder. However, there are men that are just still angry over an experience that they had 7-8 years ago of a woman that they thought they'd marry and she moved on to somebody else, and they're still very angry about it. And they're very negative towards women as a whole. They only want you for your money. These hoes, they only want you if you're 6'2" and they just start bringing up excuse after excuse after excuse to justify why they can't seem to get close to a woman or attract the woman that they want. Don't be treading on eggshells for the rest of your life, man. One bad experience shouldn't force you into a cave, into isolation. It's not good for you. I want you to vet the woman that you go on a date with and make sure that she views life in a similar way to you. And it may take you 5, 6, 7 different dates with different women to find one that you think, you know what, I like the way she thinks. Now look, women aren't perfect. Some of you guys still have a Disney fairy tale playing in your mind on loop. You're obsessed with this romantic idea of what a relationship should be. Women aren't perfect. And you're not perfect. You have to find somebody that aligns with the core values that you hold. Core values you shouldn't change for anyone. Never compromise core values just because she's a very attractive woman. No. Her beauty shouldn't make you change the things that you find important. It could be religion. It could be you live an active and healthy lifestyle and you want a woman that also matches that as well. I mean, whatever your core values are, don't change them for anybody, because it makes you look weak and pathetic. So keep your core values. Do not change them, as long as they're moral, legal, and ethical, of course, right? But beyond the core values, women aren't perfect. They'll make mistakes. They're not going to be interested in the exact things that you're interested in, because for some reason, some of the guys that I've spoken to have this expectation at the back of their mind that if she's not interested, she doesn't have the same mindset as me. She's a woman. She's not going to have exactly the same mindset as you. She's not going to view life exactly the same way as you. She's going to have her own opinions, and that's okay. She's not a fucking robot, man. It's nice when a woman challenges you on certain things. Of course, as long as it's in a respectful manner. If she swears at you nonstop and, no, you're fucking this, you're stupid for believing this way, you don't want that energy around you, because she reflects you ultimately. The woman that you have by your side is a reflection of your choices. If you have somebody around you who humiliates you and embarrasses you, people are going to think less of you. Look at this guy and who he keeps around him. What does that say about him? He's a poor decision maker, right? However, just because your girl watches certain types of shows that you're not interested in, it doesn't mean that she's not the one. Stop romanticizing relationships, bro. As long as she's kind, she's caring, supportive, she's not demeaning to you, she doesn't talk down about your goals when you bring them up to her. She may challenge certain things about your goals. Honey, have you thought about this? She may, challenge you in that regards, but it comes from a place of her wanting the best for you. There are good women out there. Don't be bitter. Don't go down that dark road where you're like, no, only sleep them and then toss them to the side. And then, no, I spoke about this in yesterday's video. Depth over width. It's beautiful when you connect with a human soul on an intimate level. It's one of the most beautiful things. Going out there, rubbing genitalia with hundreds of different women that you'll never see again. You're convincing yourself that it's fun and, I don't need a woman. And you're saying that because deep down inside, you're hurt. You're overcompensating by going out there and trying to sleep with as many women as you can. You're trying to convince yourself, nah, man, I don't need love, when you are screaming for it. Your actions are telling you essentially that I'm trying to forget about intimacy and I just want to fuck and just release, and that's about it. Nah, you want companionship. It's like women that say men are trash, man. They crave a strong man. That's why they're saying that. Somebody's strong feminist, I don't need a man. They want a man. They really want a good man. Maybe they didn't have a good example growing up of their father. Maybe their father was a spineless coward, or he wasn't there, or maybe the guys that they interacted with early on in their life weren't strong men. So maybe she's lived her life convincing herself, I don't need anybody, as long as I've got my cats, I'm all right. But deep down inside, she wants a strong man. Okay? So look, man, a bad experience shouldn't taint the future for you. Move cautiously, but don't be overcautious. Overcaution will ruin your life, man. It honestly will. Be open-minded and don't set goals when it comes to, meeting a girl or getting married, because that will create unnecessary pressure. I need to find a woman by this time. No, you don't. Live your life. Improve every single day. Hit the gym. Improve your finances. Network with people. You'll start attracting women. Believe me, man, the better you become, the more options you have as a man. Right now, it may not look clear to you, but trust me. And some of you guys that are, or have improved drastically over the last year, 2, 3 years, you can vouch for this in the comments. Let the other guys know down below how many more options you have now than when you were fat, broke. Women pay attention, man. They're like, hang on a second, this motherfucker's out there making moves. Every single day I see him in different places. He's flying out to this state, conducting this meeting, doing this talk. His YouTube channel's growing. His fashion brand is growing. Women pay attention. So you will have more options. Now, obviously, it's up to you to make sure that you qualify those options. Once again, does she have the same core values as you? That's the most important thing. Some women are atheists that don't believe in God, whatever. Some women, look, whatever opinions they have, you need to make sure that they align with yours, the way you view life. Don't break them because she's hot and you've never been with a hot chick before. Nah. Because you might accept her right now, but later on it will lead to more problems. Believe me, it's not worth it. Okay? But don't live your life thinking, no, I don't need a woman. They only want to use you when they want your money. And guys that say that, they only want you for your money, are usually not even financially successful themselves. Brokies, as Tristan and Andrew Tate say, right? You're not exactly balling out of control. And also, remember, guys, a woman's beauty is her currency. It's just the way it is. If she's an absolutely stunning woman, well, then she's going to have different expectations to a woman who's average looking. Right? Same thing when a guy is financially successful, in shape, has his shit together. He's going to have more options than the guy who perhaps is overweight, broke, right? Of course he's going to have more options. He's going to attract more attention. And rightly so. He's paid the price for it. It may have taken him 7, 8, 9 years, but he's there. Okay? It's not all doom and gloom, fellas. There are amazing women out there that will love and care for you in ways that you never expected. You know, you're going to be taken back. You're going to be like, wow, I never ever thought that I'd be with a woman like this. She's incredible. She understands me. She cares for me. She's so supportive. So good times are coming. And please don't tune into these podcasts where these guys are just telling you to engage in hookup culture as a method to, oh, you only get married once you've slept with 300. That is terrible advice. Because they don't talk about the possible harms that come with doing that. The STDs, the possible pregnancies. Don't do it, guys. The distraction, most importantly. Because the issue becomes when you're going out there engaging in hookup culture on a regular basis, you're going to become addicted to it. You're going to be craving a new woman every week. And that craving, if not controlled, will deviate you away from your goals. It takes a tremendous amount of focus to make something grow, a business, a YouTube channel. To master your craft, it takes extreme discipline. And discipline isn't just when it comes to sitting down and doing your work, but also in disciplining your sexual energy. The book Think and Grow Rich talks about it, the concept of sexual transmutation, harnessing your sexual energy and directing them to a creative endeavor. If you can't control your fucking dick, it will lead you down a dark road. It will get you in trouble. Think with the big head, not the little head. Okay? Now, look, once you become successful, you've got options. Well, then you decide who you want to be with. You will have a lot of options, and you can take women out on dates for coffee and sit down and get to know them and how they view life. And don't be leading with your wallet. Oh, I run a successful company. Don't be one of those guys, because then you're going to attract the wrong type of woman who will only be there for the money. Once again, I said this yesterday. It's okay if a woman wants a man who's got his shit together. Doesn't make her a gold digger. But if she only wants you for your money, then that's an issue. Okay? However, if you're a guy and you're successful and you're in shape, you can't blame a woman. I don't blame her for wanting to be with me. I'm a good option. Does that make her a gold digger? No. It just if I'm doing better than other guys financially, it's because I've paid the fucking price. I've sacrificed entertainment and pleasure. I've delayed gratification. You know, I did things others didn't want to do, so now I deserve to live a life that others don't deserve to live because they haven't paid the price for it. Okay? It's not all doom and gloom, fellas. Amazing women are out there. In the meantime, if you're not where you want to be, you're broke, you're overweight, get your life in order. Okay, get your life in order. Discipline your sexual energy. Don't let it put you in places that you shouldn't be in. I know plenty of guys who have fucked up their lives because they were thinking with the wrong head. They were going out there fucking women they weren't even attracted to, but they just had no sexual discipline. They would stick their dick in anything. And then they impregnated a couple of women. Kids now into the equation as well. Now they got to go different cities to take care of their baby mamas, right? They ruined their lives. Over what? 5 minutes of intercourse? Come on, man. It's much more meaningful, like I said earlier, to be with one woman. Really connect with her. Know her. Than just to bust a nut with a new woman every week. I dare you to love, man. Look, there's an element of risk. There will always be that risk. You could meet a woman and you could have an amazing 8 years together. Kids and everything, you get married, and then she decides, I don't feel the same anymore. It's a risk. But if you never take that risk, you'll always be living with what if. And plus, there comes a point where you just got to fucking grow up, man. Grow up and build a family. You know, you're not going to be 48 and still out there engaging in hookup culture. Fucking build a family, mate. Have kids, sons, daughters. You know, you want to be sat at the family gathering with your children and your grandchildren, talking about memories. Because I promise you, a lot of these women that you will fuck for one night and never see again, your likelihood of speaking to them again is probably 0%. Maybe you get in touch with a few of them, but they don't give a fuck about you. You were just a flink. Whereas if you get to know a woman on a close basis, you have kids, even if she decides to divorce you, you've got kids that, if you were a good father, would care about you and check up on you and love you. That's how you carry on your legacy as a man as well, through your children. All right, fellas? Don't fear love. Take that plunge. Take that risk. Be the best possible man you can be. I know someone's going to comment down below, but then what if she leaves? Well, then she leaves. She leaves. But if you're a man who is strong on his purpose, improving every single day, her leaving won't devastate your life as much as somebody who is doing nothing, who is living a menial existence. His woman is his entire universe. Well, that man will crumble. That man will be absolutely crushed because he has nothing else but the woman. But if you're a man who's got a great life, all right, you're in great shape, well, of course it's devastating to lose somebody, especially if you've been married to them, right? But the impact won't crush you completely. Or the event, shall I say, won't crush you completely. Because you've still got a good life. And look, men, we age very nicely, very gracefully. So you could be a 48-year-old man and still get married to a 28-year-old woman, a 25-year-old woman. You have that option. Especially if you've taken care of yourself, you've got resources. Don't worry, man. Okay? Be smart, prepare yourself, organize everything in the right way. If you want to do a prenup, understand the laws. I know in different countries it's different. Obviously, Islamic marriages are different. Right? A woman can't take half your shit just because she's divorced you, right? Now, obviously, if you've got kids, you've got to pay for your own kids because they're yours. You shouldn't be a deadbeat father. I don't want to pay for those bitches, those little fucking... Nah, they're your kids. Pay for them. Don't be a fucking coward. Some fathers disappear, never to be seen again by their kids. Cowards. Right? Just, make sure you line your cards up in the right way. But then, hey, man, love openly. Don't fear it. It's a beautiful thing. Of course, to an extent, it's conditional. Well, I say to an extent, it is conditional. Love is conditional. Women don't necessarily love you. They love the way you make them feel. So obviously, if you're a man who, is on his self-improvement journey and you're understanding your woman better, what she likes, what she doesn't like, it's the experience. It's how you make her feel, right? Pay attention to that. And of course, if you really care about your woman, you'll want to love her in the way that she wants to receive love. There's a great book called The 5 Love Languages. People receive love differently. And don't let anybody say, oh, you're a blue pill, you're a cuck, a beta male if you ever get into a relationship. Man, those guys are just dying for closeness on the inside. It's a coping mechanism when they say that. Red pill, blue pill, man. There's fucking, all these pills, man. Get rid of these fucking pills. Men back in the day used to love a woman, build a family with her. I know somebody's going to say down below, what times have changed, Ali? They'll cheat on you in today's age. Well, there are plenty of women that do not cheat on their men. Their men aren't living in fear. Maybe the reason why your woman cheated on you is because you're constantly bringing up other men liking her and shit. And she's thinking, this guy is afraid of losing me. And then she eventually will feel turned off by you. Don't fear another man. If she fumbles the bag, she fumbles it. It's her fucking loss. If you're a man on a self-improvement journey, you're getting better, you're making more money, you're improving the way your physique looks, you're always going to have options. If she decides to fuck it up, it's her fault. Don't fear her leaving. Hey, darling, you want to fuck this up? Off you go. There's someone else coming. You best believe there is. And she will know. If you're improving, she will know. Fucking hell, he's got options. I'm so glad I have him in my life. I'm lucky. You want her to feel like she's lucky to have you, that she locked you down. Because you can get anyone. Not, oh, but what if she finds that man attractive? Oh, with that mindset, she'll leave. All right, I dare you to love, man. Get your life in order. But then, hey, if you've got a great woman by your side, supportive, caring, loving, great family. And even if she doesn't come from a great family, but she's a great person herself, because I understand some people come from families where the dynamic of the parents is fucked up and it affected the kids. But if she's somebody that wants to improve herself and heal her trauma, great woman. As long as she's respectful towards you, she doesn't, mistreat you and everything, and you're supportive of her, then fantastic, man. Keep this woman by your side. Honor her. Don't disgrace her. Don't cheat on other women. Sorry, don't cheat on her with other women, right? Honor your woman. If she's an amazing woman, do not embarrass her. Okay? She's your lady. You should elevate each other. Okay? With that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love.